Honda's introducing a new word, summerbration. Use it as a noun, like, I picked up a 2017 Civic with 0.9% APR at the Honda Summerbration sales event. Or a verb, I'm summerbrating with KBB.com's Best Buy overall winner. Start your summerbration today at your Honda dealer.
Visit your Metro Milwaukee Honda dealer today during the Honda Summerbration sales event.
For more information, visit KellyBlueBooksKBB.com. APR financing offers available for well-qualified buyers. Offer excludes all hatchback models and Civic SI. See dealer for financing details.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good evening, everyone. It is officially 7:30. I apologize because, honestly, I just got word a half an hour ago from Emilio that he was running behind schedule a little bit. So I feel really bad that you guys have had to wait all of this time to get a chance to listen to this interview. Hopefully, he should be on hold in about like 30 seconds or so, and we can go ahead and zip him on. To those of you that didn't pay attention or didn't get a chance to see some of the notations that I put up, I just want to remind everybody, what I want to try to do, since last night we started the interview in the first half hour, tonight we'll get through the interview. It should be almost an hour. At that given point in time, anybody wants to call in, you can call in. The number again is 661-449-9910. So like I said, try to, hold off as best as you can for the first hour, and once I get finished with him, then he will be all yours. So without further ado, he's actually on the line, so just hold on a second and let me grab him for you. Emilio.
How are you, Cindy? Sorry about that.
You're back. That's okay. That's fine. I think people had a heart attack. Like, oh, my God, they said 7 o'clock and now it's 7:30. But we're all here.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
That's okay. That's all right. Are you all right? You okay?
Everything's good, yeah.
Okay, good. Well, we have lots to talk about. So without further ado, I kind of wanted to get into some of the other things we didn't get a chance to talk about yesterday, because we obviously talked about who you are personally, but now we're going to talk about some of the things relative to your career. I kind of thought we should probably start off with Sons of Anarchy, since that's what most people obviously are listening to or want to hear about, I should say. First off, to those that don't know, obviously you play Marcus Alvarez. I can't speak today. First question, is Marcus similar to Emilio? In fact, are most of your characters similar to yourself in some manner, shape, or form?
It depends. I've done over 120 characters over the years, and I'll say about maybe out of the 120, I'll say about maybe 10 are really close. And Alvarez is very close to who I am, except Alvarez, one thing about Alvarez, he lets a lot of stuff slide that he should have lasted a lot more people in the series already. I've only done 25 episodes, but there's some times that he should have took action where he didn't. And then again, it's a TV show. And whereas, in real life, maybe he would have just started shooting before asking questions. And just like that, he would do that one time when he shot that guy in the bar when they killed his best friend. That was a perfect example of what should be done a lot of times. Just forget about talking, just do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And,
sure.
He's very calm. Alvarez is a very calm guy. I think maybe he's smarter. He's smarter than Emilio is. I think that's a better word. He's a smart guy.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that's an interesting choice of words there. I know you've certainly had your run of luck because obviously, and I suspect this has a lot more to do with your acting ability than luck per se, but your character has obviously been on Sons of Anarchy from 2008 to present day. And clearly, to those of us who watch the show, Marcus is obviously one of the cumulative number of antagonists that are on the show. So I'd like you maybe to do could you do a comparison for us maybe on both sides of the fence, meaning let's look at your character as compared to, let's say, like a Damon Pope at this last year. Do you see any parallels that you can draw between the two characters?
Damon Pope, which I loved his work. That was a great character. He was, he did what any guy would do that killed his daughter or his son. You know what I mean? I remember I killed my son in the first season, but that was kind of like a payback for fucking up. My club messed up, so it was kind of like let's trade this off so nobody else gets hurt. So he gave up one for instead of killing a bunch. I had to start on this major war. But what Pope did, he did it. What that was some great writing, man. Because that's what he did. He did it the best way. He an eye for an eye. He did what I'm saying. He did it right there in front of Tig. That was a great character. I hated him, and that's when you're a great character. You know what I'm saying? What he did to Tig, because I love Tig, his character. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
Pope did what any body that has balls, or anybody would want to do that. Just having the balls to do it. You know, I'm talking about, or the means to do it. You know what I mean? He just did it. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. I mean,
it was shocking.
If it happened to you, you would want to do it. We'd all in our mind with things like that. You know what I mean? Except he went ahead and he took it to the next step, and he did it. You know?
Yes, he did. Boy, did he do it! God, that was a jaw dropper. I was like, what the hell?
I gotta say something about that. About that scene. You know, if you give that scene to 100 actors, 95 of them are gonna be screaming and bawling their eyeballs out and shit. You know what? Tig did it just right, man. You know, it broke my heart to see Tig that way because played by Tim Coates, who I think is an amazing actor, but he did it just enough where I felt it with all my heart. You dig what I'm saying? He was really real that night, you know. And I mean, as he always is, but he broke my heart that night. Tig did, man. You know, it was beautiful, man.
No, definitely. It was one of the more memorable points besides obviously a few other things.
Never forget that. It's okay, because you know you see popes like we saw like in ourselves the gratification we would have that would happen to us, but then we also saw the hurt that we'd have with Tig saw. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, it was perfect, man.
It was excellent writing, I must say, as author to author. I think it was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Now I'd like to take it a step further, and I might just be speculating in this, but I suspect that Marcus is highly similar to Jax as it relates to motive and strength of character. Would you think that's true or false in your own opinion?
I think, you know what, I think, you know, Alvarez is the boss, and Jax has learned to be the boss now. You dig what I'm saying? And sometimes the stuff that he's been doing his last season, he's got that edge now. You know what I mean? But before he was just you know, I love the transition that Jax, Charlie Hunnam has made from the beginning to who he was, who he didn't want to be, and who has he now become. You know what I mean? It's a trip. I'm digging the series, man. You know, following it real close. Yeah. Man.
Oh, you betcha. You betcha. Although I have to speak, and this might be personal opinion, but I'm a little disturbed that I don't see more Mayan action. And maybe it's just me, and I know it's not me. I've heard it, but I guess, do you ever become frustrated in that you want to contribute more?
You know, I would like that, you know, but again, you know, it's Sons of Anarchy. It's not the Mayan show, you know what I mean? And everybody got to remember, it is a Sons of Anarchy. We had Pope come in, we had Jimmy Smith's character come in, and you know, so there's always going to be we're just fillers, man. You know, we had the Calaveras. We know when we had Jose Cantillo playing the part that the leader of the Calaveras, and we had them come in. So you know. We're just fillers of a great show. That's all, and that's all it is. It's nothing more, nothing less. You know what I mean? And we come back. If you know, if they kill me tomorrow, then I'm dead. You know what I mean? And I go on to our next project. You know what I mean? And thank God for Sons of Anarchy because it's opened a lot of doors for me. But you know, it's yeah, of course. I mean, to me, it's it's work. You know, I mean, it's a job. You know, and of course, you know, it could be. I like to work, but if I don't work, if I'm not working there, I'll be working somewhere else. You know what I mean? You know, it is what it is. It's Sons of Anarchy. It's not Mayans. It's you know, and so we have all the people. I read that there's new people coming in, new characters coming in, and that way it's always going to be fresh. You know what I mean? It's always going to be fresh. And you know, it's that new character that came in late on Donald Law, the guy that plays. His sister was a nurse that Otto killed. I mean, I can hardly wait to see what's going to happen with him now, between him and Otto.
I know.
I know. And the Sons of Anarchy. So that's going to be, that storyline, I really want, and the guy who's playing that, Donald Lodge, he's a great actor, man. So, you know, I can hardly wait to see what happens this season.
Sure. I wanted to talk a little bit about, now this year obviously boasted an alliance between both your character and Charlie's, obviously. Now, do you think that the audience may come to view your character as maybe enveloping into maybe softer and less volatile?
No, I think he's just being more smarter. You know, I'm talking about, you know, when there's no war, you know, you're making business, and business is good. You know what I mean? When there's wars, because we're trying to get over. You know, when there's war, I'm trying to get what he got, so he's trying to get what I got. You know, and then we're losing men, so you know, we're not being profitable. So I think working together sometimes. I mean, as a character, you know, even in real life, you know, it's just more better to work together and build something together. You know, it's much stronger together. You dig what I'm saying? You can always have conflict. Just like we do in life, but I think together is always a little bit better, man. You know, there's somebody always got an agenda as well. You know, so you never know what's going to really happen at the end of the day. You know?
Definitely, right. Now, I know you've indicated to me that both yourself and Charlie are actors who stay steadfast in character portrayal, meaning during the duration of your on-set time. So I wonder, do you ever find yourself struggling to be Emilio offset, meaning do you leave and you're still Marcus? Do you know what I'm saying?
No, when they say cut, and we hug, I'm done. You know what I mean? Now I'm just back to Emilio. I gotta go see my son. Gotta go home now. You know what I mean? Go get a bite to eat or something. Yeah, it's just like we're on a break. We're on a lunch break. We can chill out. We'll have lunch together. But when before they start, I'm a pacer, man. Anybody that's worked with me, who's been with me on set, I pace. I'm studying my lines in my head. I'm trying to figure out 10 different ways of doing this thing, because it's different when you rehearse at home by yourself, and then you start seeing it, and you start seeing, you see the person you're going to be up against. You see how it is, how he's moving around and how, he's looking at you, looking back at him, and you just get this sight going on. I mean, I get pumped up, man. I really get pumped up. And it's really funny because I get pumped up to be mellow, you know what I'm saying? Because Marcus is very mellow, you know what I'm saying? So I get all pumped up, and then I just control that energy, man, because inside I'm going 100 miles an hour, man,
Oh, I imagine so. Definitely.
And I'm screaming, it looks like I'm just this mellow, cool dude, when inside I'm fucking bursty, man,
Sure. Now, there's a couple other things I wanted to highlight about Sons before we move along. First of all, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but obviously Clay's character, played by Ron Perlman, has stated Emilio Rivera is a true gangster of humanity. So maybe you could elaborate for me what that summation means to you.
I saw that. Somebody sent it to me, and I love Ron. Ron Perlman's a great guy. Well, I love all the guys. They're all good guys. But Ron, he sees me. He always gives me that genuine hug, kiss, And I just think, gangster, he knows that that's, I think I love gangsters. I'm in awe of gangsters, like the real gangsters, like Al Capone back in the day, and gangster movies. That's my life, I mean, then I grew up being a gangster in the streets, and I think, the way he said that, it's just like, the way I took him in for good is, I can't explain it, but it's a good thing. You dig what I'm saying?
Sure.
How can I say? I'm trying to fucking. I'll get back to you on that. I will answer.
That's fine. That's okay.
Just
mull it over.
It was nice. Yeah, if you can just go to the next question, I will.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah,
I like that.
That's fine.
Nice.
I want to say that it's a fair assessment to state that there's just countless numbers of fans, including myself, who marvel in awe of Kurt Sutter's writing and, of course, his casting abilities, everything relative to the show that he does, including his acting. Now, could you describe to the audience your impressions of him as far as being a director, author, actor, and a man, meaning what is it about him that you admire so much?
You know what, man? Kurt Sutter has been a good friend to me off and on screen. You know what I'm saying? There's things that, just I know, I mean, that, he has done for me. You dig what I'm saying? And as my boss, as a director, as a writer, and as a friend. You know what I mean? I give props to that man. He's been a good dude, man, and he's just fucking genius, man. What he writes, even back to the Shield days, you know what I mean? He's always, I can't never figure him out as far as his writing goes, because every time I expect something, it's totally the fucking opposite, which I love about that. You know what I'm saying? It's don't whatever you're gonna expect, believe me, it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? And it's happened too many times with me. Like where I say, I think I got this. Like, even though, like I'll read a script and I'll say, fuck, I would never expected that. I would never expected that. And it's funny what people don't see. People see what's written on the page, but sometimes the stage directions, which the audience doesn't see, only we do as actors get to read this, is just as good as the writing of what you do see. I remember the time when Kurt Sutter, they stuck a broomstick in his eye.
Yes.
Remember that shit? Okay, so then they had just came in and told him that his wife had been killed. Remember the porn star? She got killed. Remember that scene? That was all the same time. So when they leave on the stage writing, the stage direction, it says so and so leaves and Otto sits there 95% blind, 100% alone. That's badass. You know what I'm talking about? Because he has no one no more. See, people don't read that in between shit. You know what I mean? It's deep stuff. He writes deep stuff. Even deep stuff just for us to read, It's a trip, man.
Oh, he is just a talent beyond talent. I just can't even describe him. I don't even know him.
Deep, dark shit. until you come up with this stuff that, you know. And I think I'm dark sometimes. I think dark sometimes. I think we all do, but fuck, man, he takes it to a different level, man, you know.
He certainly does, my goodness. Well, the one other thing I want to touch on as far as Sons goes, if you could just describe for me your most favorite scene and your least favorite scene that you've had to date on the show.
As far as watching or doing?
As far as where you just said to yourself, you know what, I just nailed that head on, where you think your best performance was. And, well, and I think we've talked about this before. You told me the one scene that you really just didn't want to do.
Oh, no, when I killed my son, played by Kevin Alejandro, that scene was very tough for me, man. And I remember the day we did it, you know, I cried, man. I cried my fucking ass off here because once I start crying, man, I fucking can't stop it because I start thinking too much fucked up shit, you know. And it really hurt it. And I remember when I saw it, I asked Kurt, I go, bro, what happened to the stuff that I did? He goes, we wanted to show you hurt, but we didn't want to show that side of you because, and now I understand 5 years later why, because Marcus is a hard-ass motherfucker. So we couldn't have made him look weak that first season, you know what I'm saying? So it made sense. Kurt writes like fucking 5 years ahead of time. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? He knows his arc, what he wants from these characters, you know, and so on. And something that now I finally go and it makes fucking sense. 5 years later, I say, oh shit, you know. Marcus Alvarez is a bad motherfucker, man. You know, so I couldn't show that weakness. Maybe if I show it somewhere down the line, his last 2 seasons, I don't know. Maybe they show a soccer side to him, you know. But it made sense, man. You know, because how are you gonna respect this guy? You know, especially real men do cry, but people that don't believe that or think it's taboo for a real man to cry, they're not gonna believe that character. You know, especially the youngsters. You know, the youngsters think, oh man, you can't cry, you know. And you know, because for a long time, most of my life, I didn't cry because I was raised men don't cry, you know, and acting allowed me to cry and not feel less of a man. And now, you know, now that I'm in therapy and all this bullshit, you know, it's good to cry. You know, you have to cry. You got to cleanse yourself,
sure.
Man. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh, no, I know exactly what you're saying. Totally. I completely understand that. Just out of curiosity, of all the favorite, if you look back at all the guest stars that you've had on your show, is there one that you had a chance to work with that you actually just really appreciated, really enjoyed being on the set with?
You know who I like to work with a lot, man, was Mich. You know, he played Darby.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I love his character. He played the racist, you know, the
yeah,
fucking
in the
racist.
first
Yeah,
season, right?
A couple of seasons, actually. Yeah, actually, he's been on like 4 seasons. And but you know what, man? That fucking dude's badass. You know, cause you see him from the X-Files. You know, different characters he plays, and he was I believe he was that racist motherfucker. You know, he just so good. You know, he called me Taco. What's going on, Richie Valens or La Bamba? You know, he was saying fucked up shit, man. You make you want to hit him. You know what I'm saying? And you know, but it was
that is awesome.
But if you look at me and the way they film us, you know, the over the shoulder, I would react to his fucking comments. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad they would keep that shit and put it up there. Like, okay, this, you know, it's affecting Alvarez right now. And what a fucking talent, dude. I mean, everybody they hire, you know, let me tell you something. You got to be on your fucking A game to be on this show, man. Because everybody that's on the show already, they're already. That's top choice shit, you know what I'm saying? So anybody that they hire to bring in, they got to come in with their A game because that's who they're going to go up against. You know, I mean, already you're going to get eaten up. I'm going to tell you right now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because people come prepared. I'm tired. Everybody like, you know what? Shoot the rehearsal. Fuck it, you know, because more than likely the rehearsal is going to be good. You know what I mean?
Sure. I know exactly what you're talking about. We start tweaking the fucking lighting. You know what? You know what? That's a keeper. They'll check the gate on that one. That was a rehearsal. I mean, it's fucking. You know, these people are. They hired the best of them. They're fucking badass, man. You know what I mean, sure. It was the one I hated to see go was Tiny, man. You know, Mr. William Lucky. You know, Bill Luck when oh yeah.
When, you know, Kurt and fucking Ryan Hurst fucking Opie broke my heart, man. That was
oh my god.
It was so beautifully done, though. It was it's too many good moments, man. You know, it's just you know, that fucking show, man. It leaves you hurting, it leaves you mad, it leaves you waiting for the next week. You know, now I gotta, you know, then you gotta wait like 7 months for it to come out again. It's terrible, right? Man. You know, because it becomes part of you. You know, and not just as an actor, just as a fan. Because I'm a fucking big fan of the show. You know.
I know exactly what you mean. This is probably why we have like Samcar Radio because we can get our little taste of things.
It's like it's one of a kind show, and I knew it was going to be a quick show because there was never like that on TV. And most times when people are riding in the car, they'll see bikers, and and the parents will be like, don't look at them, we want no trouble. And now what happens, people get to see these bikers, how they live, supposedly how they live, in the safety of their home, not worry about what's going to happen if they look at them, you know what I'm saying? Now they can actually watch them and say, oh, that's them, you know what I mean? But in the streets, nobody's going to watch a bunch of bikers, you know what I mean? It's like the fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's real, man, you know what I mean?
No, it is. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, it's going to be a fucking hit, and it has been a hit,
Oh, my God. All right, well, we're going to keep on the television theme, I think, for right now. We're going to get away from Sons of Anarchy for the moment, and we're going to talk a little bit, now on just perusal for anybody who comes across your resume or has ever gone on a database to look you up. It's relatively simplistic deduction that the part and parcel of your roles, I've noticed, seem to stem from television. Now, some of your earlier stints, which I don't know if people know this or not, but you actually had a run on 2 different soap operas, Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful, which I didn't know myself, actually.
Yeah. No, Bold and the Beautiful, that was a nice little run there. Young and the Restless, I just did a couple of episodes, and we actually had some characters on Bold and the Beautiful, and that was fun. But tough gig, man. A lot of times, people, they downplay the soap opera because sometimes the acting's not on point. Well, the reason for that is because they come in with 8 pages and they say, okay, we'll see you in 2 hours, and there you go. All of a sudden, you go do your scene, and you got like literally 2 takes, man, 2 or 3 takes, and or they'll come in and say, you know what, we just changed 2 pages. Here's 2 more pages. We'll see you in 5. You know what I mean? It's like it's fucking crazy, man. I got a lot of respect for them because they're hard-working people, man. I mean, they got to be there, 10 hours a day, every day, Monday to Friday, and they got very little time to prepare, man. It's I'm not going to say it's a stepping stone because I know some people who make a great living doing that. But I think it's just a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different ballgame,
No, I agree with you 100%. And it's a dying breed, unfortunately. Nowadays, if you look around you, this is the soap operas of the daytime, per se, are really becoming dinosaur, extinct, if you will. And somebody mentioned to me, or actually threw this out there, curious to ask you, as far as Sons of Anarchy, somebody said that it might even run along the lines of, in a very small manner, being considered like a nighttime soap opera because of all the dynamics of the relationship.
The reason it's dying out is because all these cable shows are doing, like you said, almost nighttime soap operas, but with fucking balls. You know what I'm talking about? With some shit behind it, with uncensored shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. I mean, look at just like Walking Dead, Boardwalk Empire. It's a continuing story, in Sopranos. You know what I mean? Those are some real, So it's like ongoing stories, which soap operas are. It's like but it's for shit. Well, if that's what you want to call it, that's what I'm stuck on right now. You dig what I'm saying? I can't.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I love the story because it's not just you have episodic TV where you just go in there and you don't know what the story's going to be about this week, and over here everybody's talking about it, what's going on until the following week. You know what I mean? So it's a trip.
Sure. Oh, definitely. I imagine so. Now, I noticed that in Hollywood today, it's certainly less frequent of an occurrence for actors to remain working consistently. Now, for yourself, I know you've carried a steadfast work history being employed by some of the longer-running series that are out there. I wanted to provide a short rundown for some people that might not know. You've done Beverly Hills 90210, you've done ER, NYPD Blue, and CSI, just to cite a few examples. Now, as an actor, what gifts do you bring to the table which set you apart from other actors, do you think?
This is going to be bad advice. You know what? Maybe I better not say nothing. I just, I don't want to give away my secrets. I can't do that. You know what I'm talking about? Because sometimes my secrets might not be, they're not proper. They're not proper. Because a lot of writers don't. No, it's just I make it. My thing is this: saying it without saying too much is that I make it my own. That's how I can say it. I make it my own. I don't. You know what I do is in my head. I'll go home and I'll study these lines and I'll say it the way that everybody else is gonna say it. Right? I'll say it just like how would be the easy audition if I could do this? I'll do it the easy way and then I put in some work. You dig what I'm saying? And that's the thing is I I work my ass off and make it my own. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna try to find a little, maybe it's a word here or there, just to set it off. Maybe it's a pause that I'm gonna take there that somebody else is not gonna take. If we're gonna run it together, it's just, it's just working it, man. It's just working it. Show them something that when they see the tape, they say, "Wait, stop. Let me see that again. Yeah, I like that. Just hire him." That's what it is, man. It's just doing the work. And that's why I tell people, just be ready and do the work. A lot of times you can do the work, and a lot of times maybe I'm too old, or maybe I'm not the look I'm looking for. I mean, there's some shit that I wanted that I didn't get, and there's some stuff that I said, fuck it, that was no good, and then I got it. So you never know, you know what I'm saying? But I will always do the work.
Now, do you feel that, and of course, I'm sure this will shock people, that I thought you were 30 years old. I'm kidding. I know how old you are. But obviously, of course, we are. I know. I was going to say.
That's the first one I heard.
Well, you have no gray hair. I'm sure you've looked at yourself. So, of course, you give this appearance as though you're like a 30-year-old man. But, of course, you're a little bit older than that. So I have a question relative to that. Do you feel that at any given point in time, or at some point in time, I should say, age might be somewhat of a potential deterrent as it relates to solidifying more employment?
You know what? Then I'll start playing the dad and shit. I mean, like a lot of times they don't take me too serious playing the dad because I really don't want to shave. I really don't want. I like my mustache. I like my goatee. When I'm ready for that, I'll go for it. But right now, I want to be the guy that I play right now. I love being a bad boy. I love being a drug dealer. I love being the leader of the cartel. Fuck, you know what I mean? I will do that when in time. I think I got 10 more years of this, and then I'll go play the dad. You know what I'm saying? And that I can play because I've been a dad for 32 years. So let me have some fun, man. You know what I mean? Let me have some fun. I want to be like Anthony Quinn. Anthony Quinn worked till he was 82 years old, man. You know what I mean? God willing, he gave me that much time. But you know what? I'm happiest when I'm working and I'm with my family. And I'm lucky to get, I do plenty of both. It's nice. You know what I mean? Those are the happiest times. I mean, it's fun to do. I mean, I'm not the hang around kind of guy to say, people who work with me, they know I'm done, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when I'm working, I'm having fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
yes, I do know exactly. I know exactly what you mean. Look what I get to do right now. This is like the coolest gig in town. I'm the only one talking to Emilio Rivera right now. How awesome is that?
Thank you.
I have a question in terms of, to those of us, and that's including myself, of course, who don't work in television, is there a specific regimen for you, like maybe just not Sons, but on television as a whole? Are you told you will look this way and you have to maintain this weight, this physique? Are they pretty stringent about that stuff?
No, it's I remember I did a movie called Never Get Out of the Boat, and they were nice enough. They told me, Emilio, you have to do a totally nude scene. And I said, okay, out of respect, let me have 6 weeks to prepare for this shit because I'm butt naked and I'm running down this hallway and I didn't want my ass to be shaking up and down. So, and they were. So I was in the gym doing squats and I was doing all kinds of fucking shit. And they gave me I was the last, actually the 6 week shoot. I was the last shot of the day, and by that time I was in great shape. I mean, so they'll let you know ahead of time, and in the script, and it's on you. If you want to look if you're going to be naked, it's how you want to look. It's up to you, man. You know what I'm talking about? Of course, like I'm doing this new show called it's coming along. Hopefully, I just did the pilot. Hopefully, it gets picked up. We'll find out in 2 weeks. I'll call Gang Related, and my character is Tío Gordo, which means Uncle Fatso. You know what I'm talking about? So that was it was kind of funny, and then it was not funny because what the fuck, you think I'm fat now or what? So I don't know, so it's Hollywood. I mean, most of the people that are the stars, man, they're really, really tiny. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying tiny as far as them short, but they're very, they're my height. They're like fucking 40 pounds lighter, 30 pounds lighter. I'm comfortable where I'm at right now.
Oh, I'm sure. And you did bring up one little thing to light because I am a girl, so I have to ask this question. And I know that you're married, so I'm thinking to myself, here's Emilio saying he has to do a nude scene. How's that sit at home?
What do you mean?
Well, in terms of, I guess I would envision, let's say, for instance, you're married to an actor. Is that uncomfortable for them at all as far as your real life spouse, obviously, and your, even though we know that you're acting? Is that uncomfortable?
I've done a few. Most of the scenes, most of my love scenes, because I'm a bad guy, is pretty much a rape scene. You know what I'm talking about? It's not a real love scene. I'm pretty much, manhandling the girl or something. And
sure.
it's pretty. There's not much to it. it's not like I'm going to get aroused, it's because it's so, first of all, you got 40 people watching you, and you got all these lights, and you got and you got to be this position here, this position there. It's too technical to get aroused. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, oh, dude, like you can't even really enjoy this. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, this is too much technical shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And
sure.
I've had like about, I would say they're love scenes, but I've had maybe about 6 in my career. You know what I'm saying? And
sure.
no, it's just it is what it is. I mean, you're acting. You know what I mean? And we've all been naked. We've all made love. We all know how to do that shit, and we just do it on the camera. That's all. You know?
Definitely. I gotcha. I'd like to kind of switch over for a second to look at your film work as compared to TV. We'll take a different glimpse over here. I myself continuously, I've always made this statement about myself when people talk to me, and I've always said I'm only as wonderful as those that surround me, which means that you, my friend, must be perfect, as throughout your feature film collaborations, you have worked with some of today's legendary icons, and they served as being co-stars of yours. I'm going to cite a few examples here. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind found you beside George Clooney and Julia Roberts. You worked with Nicolas Cage and John Malkovich, and of course Con Air. Yes. And then we have Traffic, which hailed the likes of Michael Douglas and Benicio del Toro. Oh my gosh, yeah. So I have a couple questions here. First,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's fine.
No, go ahead. No, go. I'll answer your questions. Yeah.
Sure. First of all, have you ever found yourself comparing your work to theirs as it relates to quality? Because when you're working with an icon, I guess I'm wondering, how do you compare yourself, or is it comfortable for you?
I'm always comfortable because I'm comfortable with what I do, and I never compare. There's just some people that I admire, like John Malkovich is another. I mean, Christopher Walken's my guy, my favorite guy, but John Malkovich is like, he's like my top 3. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to work with him, and I never get starstruck, but I was starstruck with John Malkovich when I met him in Con Air, and we were together for 4 months in that movie, and that was really cool, man, because we would sit and talk, and we'd go on his trigger and text, we'd watch Bad Boys on tape, you know what I'm saying? It was fucking funny, and what makes him such a great actor is that he has a lot of kid in him, man. He has a lot of kid in him. He listens to you when you're speaking to him, but he didn't lose that part of him. He's not embarrassed to act like a little boy. He's just like, he'll be like, watch this, and he'll roll around on the floor like a little boy, like, and really enjoying this. You know what I'm talking about? So it's genuine. He's genuine, and that's what you gotta have, man. And fuck that, your exterior and stuff. You just be. You know what I mean? It's a
right.
trip.
No, I know. I imagine. Now, I was also curious to ask you, now, before you per se commit to any role in general as it relates to a film, do the co-stars factor in and tip the scale for you, or is it just a matter of the theme and the director, and that's what captures you?
Well, at that time, I had been in the game for about 4 years, and that was a movie I made enough money and to quit my day job, and that was not a choice, man. That was a fuck yeah, I want that role, And what happened with that is, check this out, it's really weird because we booked that movie, and remember Johnny 23 that was played by Danny Trejo? He was a rapist. Well, see, I had got that role, but what happened was Johnny 23 was a racist. He killed 23 black men, and I was already hired for the gig. Me and my agent were jumping for Joe. We know this is the one that's going to send us to the next level. And what happens, a week before we start working, they call me in the office and say, Emilio, you know what, we're not going to have you as Giant 23. And I say, well, why not? And he goes, well, we have to be murderers on the plane as the characters. We need a rapist. So Giant 23, instead of being a racist, he's a rapist. And I go, well, fuck, I can play a rapist, And then he goes, you know what, I was a lot younger than a lot better looking. And they say, you know what, you're kind of good looking to be a rapist. I go, well, fuck it, put scars on me, do something, fuck, And they say, you know what, we love you, bro. He goes, we want to keep you on for the ride, but we're giving the role Giant 23 to Danny Trejo. And Danny Trejo had been in the game already 10 years, and he was my main competition for the back in the day. And they gave it Danny Trejo, man, and and he was a great Johnny 23. And but after that movie, Danny Trejo never had to really audition no more. I mean, that movie sent him to the next level, which we thought was going to happen for me. And, it is what it is, man. You never know what's going to happen. But, what happened for me was that I made enough money where I was able to quit the day job, bought a few homes, and and I never looked back, man. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's you never know, man. It's a trip,
Sure. Oh, definitely. I want to mention to the listeners, in case some of them don't know, we're going to add some of your film credits to the list, which is Spider-Man 3, which you've been in, Cinema Verite, which I loved so much. That was the television, or the movie, I should say, where it was the first family for reality.
It was with Jim Gandolfini. Yeah, it was a pretty good movie.
Mm-hmm.
That movie, that was a great movie. I like that, with Tim Robbins, right?
Yes, Tim Robbins and Diane Lane and James Gandolfini, Mr. Tony Soprano himself. I was like, oh, is that cool, right? Oh, my gosh. And you've done The Obama Effect and A Man Apart, of course, with Vin Diesel. So if you people are listening here, you, of course, Emilio, I'm sure you know this, that the bulk and parcel of what you've been doing is more the dramatic side of things. One thing that I know that you've done sporadically is perform as far as in comedic presentations, meaning in movies that are comedies, if you will. If you were to produce a comedy yourself, who would you employ? Who would you think is the best of the best out there, comedic-wise? And is your type of comedy more graphic? Really?
I work with Jim Carrey 3 and 2 films already, and I've been able to hang out with them, And the last one being, I worked with him a couple of weeks in Taking Jane, but the last one being Bruce Almighty. We did 6 weeks together. And you know what, man? That guy is a comedic genius, man. And even though a lot of times he had a lot of downtime, so and he's not the type of guy that goes to church. He'll come out and hang out with everybody. We'll put the chairs around, and we'll just tell him, we'll say, Jim, do an impression of this and this. And you know what? He's badass, man. I mean, what you guys see him do is one thing there, but when he gets into his little mode, forget about it, man. Forget about it. That's the one. He's nothing he can't do, man. He's fucking great. Love that guy.
Oh, definitely. I imagine so. Now, since we're on the comedic side of things, I'm going to mention to the audience, because I'm sure not all of them know, I myself, and I'm sure others are startled to hear that you, of course, have performed as a stand-up comedian in the past, and apparently you do so approximately 2 times a year. I have to admit that you rarely give off the impression in your roles that you're humorous by any means, of course, because we all are used to you with the stoic look on your face, of course, and in your presentation. Exactly where does your love of comedy derive itself from?
You know what? The comedy I do is about myself. It's about my life. It's about me as an actor, me as a gang guy, me as going to jail, me as on drugs, me as some of the women I've dated. Of course, everything's exaggerated, but it's about me. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when I go on stage, it is Emilio Rivera on stage talking about Emilio Rivera. Exaggerated though. You dig what I'm saying? But back in the day when I first started, I was in a skit comedy group called P.O. Box LA Comedy Company, which it was like a living color, and I got to play like 12 different characters, and we do a performance, and it'd be 12 different characters, which is a lot of fun, man, Sure. I had a lot of, comedy is fun, comedy is hard, so when I do dramatic stuff is easy, I'm talking about comedy, your timing's got to be really on there, and I've done a couple of comedies. There's one called Buzz. I'm a very straight guy, but the things he say is really stupid. I'm talking about? What makes it funny is that because he's so hard and straight, it's the stuff he says that makes it funny. Now, if you're a goofy, stupid guy, you say stupid things, well, you expect that coming out of you. But if you're a guy that thinks you're making sense and you're not, that's what makes it funny. You dig what I'm saying? You play the opposite.
Oh, sure. Sure. Oh, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Now, if folks are interested, let's say throughout the course of the year, let's say they reside in California, are there set places to those 2 times a year that you do stand up, or is it just kind of sporadic each year you pick?
It would be at a casino. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll put myself up at the Ice House. I pretty much can go to any popular comedy store. The Ice House, the Improv, whatever. And call somebody up and say, hey, bro, I want to do some time, and I pretty much go up there. So it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I just I did it from the beginning. I did it for 12 years, a lot, and I got kind of bored. I got bored with it. It was just I don't know, man. It was like I wasn't having fun no more. I already knew how the last was going to be at. What's good about the TV and film is you don't see the shit till about a month to a year later, and you're gonna see how people react to it. Where, like I said in theater yesterday, you get instant reaction right there, but there's a different piece every single time. You know what I'm saying? It got to be too. I got bored. And what it was, I was sleeping around a lot. I was in nightclubs, this and that. I ran amok with it. You know what I'm saying? I really did. I mean, I had a good time with it. Don't get me wrong. I was not being a good guy though. I mean, I was being a little fucking whore. That's what I was. You know what I mean? That's what it was. That was bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I mean, I wasn't with Yachty then. I was, somewhere else. But yeah,
right.
And I kind of burned it out. I really, I kind of burned it out, man.
Sure. Well, I imagine so. One of the interesting questions that I wanted to ask before we move on to talking about Emilio as producer, if you look back in the course of your life, any regrets? Any one thing where you'd say, you know what, if I could just go back and change that?
I do, and I got a lot of regrets, man. I guess we all do. And but you gotta just go forward, man. You can't think about it. If you do, it's gonna get you down. So I just, one thing that's good about me is that I can blank shit out of my head, man. Like, I've always been good like that. So sometimes when something that hurts me or somebody that I really loved and it's not there no more, I can blank them out and bring them back whenever I want, and only bring them back when I want to because I really don't want them in my head. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm really good like that. Regrets I have. I'm not going to say I have a few. I have a lot, but what are you going to do, man? You can't change it, so what the fuck, you know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean, certainly. To the producer side of things, let's talk a bit about you being as a producer. For those that don't know, of course, Emilio has served as producer of some of the following: Broken Water and Power, Why Not a Mar or Why Not a Mass, M-A-S, is that correct?
Say it again. What's the last one?
The Devil's in the Details, Broken Water and Power. And there was also cited Why Not a Mass, M-A-S?
Y nada más.
Thank you.
And nothing else. Y nada
Thank
más.
you.
And nothing else.
Thank you. I was having trouble. Yeah. And, of course, obviously, The Devil's in the Details. Your wife was also acting in that film. And, of course, one of my fantasy husbands is in that film, Ray Liotta, who I can't say a bad word about because he's absolutely amazing.
Nice guy.
In production, one, of course, must oversee almost every element of the film's creation. So as a producer, which element in the entire process do you favor most?
I like bringing in the people, getting them together. You know what I'm saying? People asking people for this, asking people for that. Actors coming in, people bringing in the equipment, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Over the years, I've done favors for a lot of people, and now as time's gone on, now I start calling in those favors. I try not to call too much, but I do call in and they come. And it's nice because they don't forget that I did them a favor as well. You know what I mean? And maybe do a favor down the line again. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of it because of a lot of people who I know, and it's helping each other out, man, which is beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely. I agree with you. A secondary question for you. With the current state of our economy, with it being the way it is, has raising production funding proved to be more daunting or at times maybe limiting in nature?
Not so much with studio films, man. I think they're doing all right.
Really?
Even with the economy, I mean, for independent films, of course, everybody's always trying to raise money, but with the economy being bad, it doesn't really never hurt the box office too much because even when people are feeling bad, they go away and to escape and watch a movie. You talk on give them to that fantasy land. So it's always been that way though with the film industry, and that's what keeps everything going really, man. Because to do a TV show or a film, it's a lot of people working on that, man. It's a lot of work, and a lot of people are, you got drivers, you got people saying lights, you got people doing a little bit of everything in there, So it's God bless the film industry, man, for real. Not for my job, for all the jobs that it creates,
Oh, most definitely, certainly. Now, with your current schedule, because obviously, of course, you lend yourself to all different projects, in your mind, exactly how many films might you anticipate producing in a year, if time allows? Do you have it sketched out in your head yet?
Not at all. Like I said earlier, I'll be directing and producing a film later on this year, and you never know because people call you, but the thing is this, I got people call me all the time. You get what I'm saying? And unless you show me, she showed me a game plan, you show me a money plan.
Right.
Everything else is just talk. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Everybody talks, man, and talk is good. That's how it gets started. But but have a game plan. You dig what I'm saying?
Sure.
And that's come a lot of times. I just cut people short. Like I'm this film I was working on. I had like 5 different people call me. I said, get a lawyer and then have your lawyer talk to them. Really, you know what I mean? Because I don't need 5 different people call me. I just need one guy call me that has it all together. That's what he works for. That's what he gets paid for. You get what I'm saying? So now I'm just talking to him. That's why we have agents. You get what I'm saying? You talk to my agent. My agent say this is good or good. Because a lot of times, shit. I'm not gonna. And I'll be honest, man. You know, I'm being honest. I'm always fucking. I'm always be truthful. Like, you know, out of 100 things, you know, maybe only. I'm just easy numbers. Maybe only 50 of the things are real. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
So so unless you got a game plan, we'll talk, you know.
Yep. Now, my last question relative to that, if you looked at all of your various different life roles here, obviously as far as producer or being an actor, et cetera, all the things that you do, which one's your favorite role? Which one do you prefer to do the most?
Acting.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's you get to be somebody else. You get to relieve stress. You just be somebody else. You know what I mean? You can't beat that. Everything else is just if you're a producer, okay, you have to put together, maybe you put up some money, and that's one thing. Okay, now you're done. You sit down and watch people do what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So now, this thing now is this film I want to do is I'm directing, which I think I'm gonna have fun doing, because one thing I do know is performance. You know, and I know what I want to get from the actor, and I think I'm gonna hire the right people that I've seen their work already, and just do it my way. And that's going to be nice, you know?
Oh, definitely. I imagine so, certainly. Now, before we get to the last part of our interview, which is, of course, talking about your endeavors as it relates to charity and your future projects coming up, maybe detail or summarize for the audience just a little bit your experiences as it relates to your more recent project with Philly Brown, which is, of course, with Lou Diamond Phillips and Edward James Olmos. Kind of give maybe a summation of the film and your experience on it.
You know, first of all, I love the movie. You got to go. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's really good. Jenny Rivera's only performance ever on screen. And but you know what? I work with Michael Olmos, who's Eddie Olmos' son, and they sent me the script. They told me, we got this role we wrote for you. Send me the script, and I read the script, and I loved it, man. I said, you know what? I would like to play the father. Who's playing the father? They go, we already hired Lou Diamond Phillips. Okay, cool. And so I took the role of the uncle, and I'm really happy the way this film turned out. I took my mom to go see it last week. I wanted to go to the premiere, but I was in New York filming Law and Order, and so I missed the premiere. So when I came back, I took my mom out to go see it, because my wife had already seen it, you know. And yeah, man, go check it out. It's a great movie.
Okay. Well, I've saved some of the best stuff for last. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the philanthropy that you lend yourself to, because I know that I myself am cognizant of your consummate devotion to lending your name and your presence to various nonprofit organizations. And as a further testament to your generosity and heart, I know that there were occasions by which you have actually elected to donate out of your own pocket to aid others. So I'm just curious if you have any clue whatsoever as to the level of admiration and adoration that you garnish from others as a result of these types of actions. I mean, do you realize how much
you know? You know what, Cindy? I don't do it for that. I do it because because you know I know what it is not to have, and God has given me, and now I just give back. You dig what I'm saying? You know, like stuff is simple stuff, man. You know, like somebody is going to graduate from high school, it doesn't got, you know, clothes to wear. You know, I mean, it's something nice to wear, you know, or a dress to wear, or sometimes kids don't have like a baseball team, they can't afford the league fees, so I go pay the league fees. And I do this undercover. You get what I'm saying? They could say, come in and please just, you know, show yourself that you did this. And I said, no, I don't do it for that. And I won't even, you know, I won't go to the game to pat myself on the back for what? You dig what I'm saying? But one thing I do that's public is on Facebook, when there's a dog that's being put down, I will put it on Facebook, and I will pay for the dog to get out. Like, if it's $150, I'll give it to you. You know, just take care of the dog. A lot of times people just don't have the initial $150 to take the dog out of the pound. But you know what? Fuck that. Here, take that and just take care of the dog now. You know what I mean? And that I do put out there, because that way you know that I will take care of that fucking bill. You know what I mean? But everything else, man, it's just
Okay. Well, providing a complete dissertation of the entire list of charities by which you've supported could just take forever. So hence I wanted to mention a few of them. I know that you have ridden in the bike ride for Cancer Polka Run. I know that you were handpicked as Grand Marshal at the Bikers Against Diabetes Run. And additionally, I know that you have been a participant of the Love Ride as well as a supporter of the Plates Foundation and My Life, My Power. So I have a couple questions relative to this. First off, I can only imagine that there's probably a countless number of organizations that request your time and your backing. Now, how do you personally selectively pick and choose which entities warrant your participation?
Well, first is always the kids. I always do the kids first. You dig what I'm saying? And I go. That's how I go by the time allowed. Like let's just just throwing dates out there, just fun day. Just for an example, let's say tomorrow's the 4th, and they say, Emilio, we need you May 4th for cancer, right? But then I get a call saying, Emilio, we need you May 4th for a children's hospital thing. I'm going to take the children's hospital. I always put the kids first. You get what I'm saying? And
right.
Those are my priorities to the kids, and a lot of kids, man, messed up, it's messed up, man, and the past, I have like about, and I forgot to bring, I have like a calendar right now with the 90 events in the next 2.5 months, you know what I mean? But I know June 23rd for sure at the Staples Center, I'll be participating in a celebrity basketball game. It's going to be huge, and it's for the Department of Children's Services. And that's going to be a big one. And then after that game, of course, the Sparks, the women's team, is going to play right after us. So it's going to be a good time. I'm going to be on June. I wish I had the June 13th. I want to be the Grand Marshal for autism. And I'm doing a Grand Marshal about a lot of this stuff right now. I said I had the damn calendar, but you know what? If you look at Facebook, I will be posting the flyers weekly, because pretty much everything's coming up right now. The next week I'll be in Vegas on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm doing this called Cars and Stars, and that's for muscular dystrophy. And it's got a bunch of people, a bunch of actors, and celebrities coming down Fremont, in these nice cars and motorcycles. So it's gonna be pretty hot, man. It's pretty cool.
No, I bet. Certainly. I wanted to
give back. You always got. This is the thing. Whatever you get, you got to give back. But do it genuinely from the heart, and man, it comes back tenfold. There ain't no bullshit, but you gotta do it from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it because you think something's gonna come your way, because God knows when it's bullshit. You dig what I'm saying? So fucking just do it from the heart. Remember this, and it'll always be good, man.
Yep, like the pay it forward sort of thing, or that philosophy years ago.
Yeah,
definitely.
Fuck yeah, man.
Okay, I have 2 more questions relative to this. Collectively, I just want to cite some of the things that you've done, of course, as with the other cast members of Sons of Anarchy, because I know that there was the Hogs for Hearts, the Boot Ride and Rally, and, of course, the 2012 Sons of Anarchy golf tournament that I saw you in.
Yeah.
Would you attest that the cast members as a whole collectively use their good fortune to aid the less fortunate? Because I saw Katie Seagal, she, of course, was doing something for the LA women at her concert. Do you think you all pretty much do an excellent job of kind of stepping up and kind of giving back to charity?
Everybody. You tell them when somebody jumps on something, the whole cast will be there, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's really, really beautiful on this and that just goes to show, the camaraderie we have on and off stage. You know what I mean? So it's and these people are so huge right now. As far as celebrity wise, because of the show, when they come, people show up. Man. You know what I mean? So it's so like when we did the one for the Hogs for Heart for Kim Coates' daughter.
Right.
It was they needed so much of this and that, and money for this and health programs, and you know what? Everything was covered that night, man. You know what I mean? It was beautiful, And Theo Rossi and Tim Coates are working real hard for Sandy over there, in Jersey, and it's an ongoing thing because of that devastation over there. But you know what? They're holding their own, man. So give it up for Theo Rossi, man. He's really putting it out there,
Oh, definitely. Now, for yourself personally, what sort of moral reward do you gain from this philanthropy that you do?
You know what? It makes me feel good when I see when the kids smile, man. It makes me, it don't even take much, man. Like you go visit somebody in the hospital, and then it's really weird, man, because I'm just me. You dig? I see myself as fucking me. A guy that got lucky, man. Fuck, I go on TV and shit, but to people who are your fans or and who are sick, they lighten up. You know, I've been to a couple of times where people are already like dying. You know, like are fucked up, and then they say Emilio's here, and their eyes will open. You know, and that's like, wow. You know, it's like that's like it's fucking weird, man.
And of course, if I were to ask you, is there a particular charity or charities that are especially close to your own heart personally, for you?
See, I run this thing as my thing. My business is left out, you know, and left out can mean a lot of things, you know. And we've all been left out one way or the other in our lives. You know? I mean,
Right.
Maybe we left somebody out, you know, vice versa. Kids are left out, you know. Parents are left out. Husbands and wives left out. You know, dogs are left out. You know, it can mean so many different things. That's what my charity goes for. You know what I'm saying? But anything that's to do with the kids, is the kids are our future, man. The kids they're angels, you know, they're innocent, you know. You can't deny them, you know.
Oh, definitely. I would agree 100%, my dear, 100%. Okay, before we get to actually we have 5 minutes left before we make or take the calls, I should say, where people are going to get a chance to talk to you, so I get a chance to rest and kind of go back and forth here. So in the last 5 minutes, we're only going to do 3 more things. First of all, I want to cover the obvious to people that are listening, which is I usually like to try to do a little rundown here so people know. I know you, of course, have a Facebook page, which is Emilio Rivera, the fan page, because I know you're at the number as far as actual friends go on Facebook. You are on YouTube. You have an IMDb profile. You are on Twitter, which is at Emilio Rivera 48. You did have a MySpace profile at one time. I don't know, is that still active?
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know my password. That's so long ago.
Okay.
And also Instagram. No.
Okay, got it. Any place else we can find you?
You know, actually, right now I have my EmilioRivera.com. My website is just it opens next week. The reason I have been keeping on the down low because I'm working on my market right now as far as T-shirts and hats that say left out on it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working with an artist right now. So until my store is filled up, look for EmilioRivera.com. So it should be up in about a week or two. You know, but it's already. I got a domain. Everything's done. My website's already done. It's just I need to put some stuff in the market now for to purchase and stuff. You know.
Sure, certainly. Now, before I get to my last little bit here, if you want to tell our audience members so that they know, our listeners or fans, upcoming projects, things that you've got going on, television, film, otherwise, what can we look for in the future?
Look for of course, please go see Philly Brown. Philly Brown is out in theaters right now. Great movie. Next Wednesday, I'll be at 9 o'clock, Channel 4, just on LA time. A show called Law and Order SVU with Ice-T. Me and him have some good stuff together on that show. It's going to be a great episode. Let me see. I'm directing that movie on City of Kings. Look, of course, Sons of Anarchy. Also, I just like I said, there's a new project coming out called Gang Related. So if it pops up, please tune in because this is a great TV show. Also, I got a movie that I also produced that I'm also starring in called Water and Power. Great brother movie. It's a great love story between two brothers. And another movie we'll be shooting soon in Detroit called Follow Your Heart. Right now they're doing the casting on that right now. So that's all. And another one called 10 Cent Pistol. Another film coming out with Adam Arkin and Joe Montana. And I just finished doing that. What else? There's a couple other things I just don't know off my head right now. Like I said, I left my paperwork at the pad, man. But I will be posting on Facebook what to look for. But it's been busy, man. It's been nice, you know.
Oh, I imagine.
And also try to get your tickets for like I said, June 23rd, the Celebrities basketball game at the Staples Center. That's going to be a real good time. A lot of good people coming down, man. You know. Cool. And also Kenny Johnson. Have you ever seen Kenny Johnson play basketball?
No.
He's a beast. He is a beast, and he will be there. You know.
Awesome. Well, in the last 2 minutes that I have you all to myself, it's customary because I think I've told you I have 2 radio shows. On my other radio show, and now I do it on Sam Crow. I take the last minute of the show to tell my guest exactly what I think of him. So this is me talking directly to you. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I think of you, Mr. Big Tough Guy.
Thank you.
This is what I think. For me to attempt to summarize the level of respect and appreciation that I carry for you is just impossible. I most certainly will do my very best to project to you each and every observation that I've gathered between doing this interview and, of course, the phone calls that we've had. First of all, you're a man of just utmost respect, and you carry such a finite set of manners. You are consistently polite to me, and I've repeatedly heard from fans, from your coworkers, and to those who've met you for the first time, they all resonate the same thought. You're so real that it's refreshing, and you don't proclaim to be anything that you are not. You have a heart of gold, my friend. The way that you extend yourself, and I'm sure it's to the point of complete exhaustion, to aid others, and even more so your family, makes you nothing short of incredible. Your eyes radiate such a magnitude of emotion on screen, whereby we as the audience are just entranced in your depth of character and engaged by your commanding performances and are just moved to such strong emotion. You have just the most engaging personality, a loving spirit, a very calm demeanor, which I think would probably shock most people. You are the ideal family man who appears to just worship the ground that your family walks on. Your modesty of your self-earned popularity and achievements just baffles me and allows me to just further revere you as a person. I will welcome any and all opportunities to actually be in your presence, whether it is on this phone or on this show or in LA. I appreciate and I thank you for the gift of the quality cinema by which you offer to all of us. We just all relish you as an actor and as a person, and I, for one, will be attentive to your career and serve as your cheerleader anytime you would like, because God really, truly provided us such an exquisite gift in Emilio Rivera.
Wow. Cindy, I'm going to go home tonight. I'm going to replay that over and over again.
But you know what? I plan on sending it to you. That is true, my friend.
Beautiful. I you know what? I have been told a lot of nice things, man, but you put them all together in one thing, and you almost, well, I ain't going to even fucking say you almost made me cry, because I got a little tear running down my eye right now, because you
oh my gosh.
Really good about that.
Please.
That was
oh,
but
my
you know
goodness.
what?
Well, thank you.
Thank you. So that is beautiful, man. Wow, that's yeah,
that's
man, that's
true.
nice.
That's the truth. That's no bullshit.
And I know it's true the way you sounded. You dig what I'm saying? And
yeah.
That was beautiful, man. So I know you're coming to LA pretty soon, and if you don't call me for me to go to lunch, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off. You know what I'm saying? I'll be real.
No kidding.
Yeah, and then when what you said right now, I'm putting on blast. Say she really didn't mean that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta come and have lunch with me when you come down to LA. I think it's just
you know what, I have every intention. It's the middle of this month, actually. Now, before I let you go off to your callers who are, like, going nuts right now because they're waiting for you, I got two more morsels for you. Since I figured I got a tiny little bit of a cry, maybe this might get you a little bit more. I did two things, or I'm going to do two things, and then I will let you go to your fans. First and foremost, I want you to know I heard our conversation yesterday about Christopher Walken. So I did reach out to his publicist. I haven't heard back yet, but I am working on it. So either I'm going to get him as an interview, or even more so I'm going to toot your horn a little bit to your number one guy. So I thought, you know what, he'll appreciate that. And second of all, what you don't know is I have currently ongoing for my other show, myself. I am doing a huge charity event for mothers across the world right now. Everything that I sell from my own merchandise, 40% goes back to the charity of Mom's Choice. So what I'm going to do for this weekend, my friend, this weekend alone, for anyone who purchases anything for the next 24 to 48 hours, I'd say by the end of Sunday, I will take 40% and I will kick it back to that charity that you talk so much about, which is left out.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cindy. I really appreciate that. Wow.
Well, it's all about helping your friends out. I got to say that much. And, I mean, you're the only guy I've done an interview with where it took me 2 solid days to put this together. So I hope I did my job well for you, my friend.
Yes, you did. You know what? And where we can work it out, where I can just go where you're at. And if I can bring in some people where you're at, I would love to do that for you. You dig?
You're a sweetheart. Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay, I got to stop yapping or people are going to get mad at me because I actually have to let to talk to you. So let's get going on our first caller. Just give me 1 second. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, Cindy.
Rolando?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, look at this. Look who we have, Emilio.
Is this Rolo?
Let's roll, buddy. What's up, Emilio?
How you doing, brother? Thanks for listening in, Rolo Live, bro. That's really cool, bro. Very cool.
Come on, Emilio, man. Who's your biggest supporter, dog? Who's your biggest fan? Come on, bro.
Yeah, get out. Thanks for. You're actually doing it live, Rolo. I always listen to me like about a week later. Say, hey, I heard your interview a week later, but bro, thank you so much. That's very cool of you, homie. Me and Rolo have done about. We've done about 8 movies together over the years. You know, we've had a lot of fun.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. We've done quite a few movies together, and I'll tell you what Cindy said, Emilio. I think that she said it best. I could never have said it the way she did.
Aww,
and I think that every person that knows you personally on a personal level the way I do will agree exactly 110% with what Cindy said, dude. You are a very special person. And bro, you have a huge heart, and I'm proud of all your success, brother. I really am, and I'm doing it on the air live right now, letting the whole world know that Emilio's my BFF.
What's a BFF, bro?
My best friend forever, dude.
Oh, okay. Because I always hear
It's nothing sexual, Emilio. It's all right, dude. You're cool.
No, because I see people text that and stuff, and I never asked. I asked in front of the whole world right now, because I really never knew what it meant. And, okay, once again, best fucking friend?
Best friends forever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
You're so lucky on internet radio, bro. You're so lucky on internet radio, man. But honestly, it's been an honor and a pleasure to have worked with you on so many films, and then over the years, our friendship has grown into something very special to me because I really consider you like a brother, man. And I just hope that our success continues, and we'll be doing a lot more films together. And I'll tell you, Cindy, just so you know, there's a little inside joke between Emilio and I when we're on set. When we're on the set, he's the grandpa. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's the grandpa.
Yeah, you know what Rolo is? Little DB. Tell me what it means. What little DB stands for? Little DB.
Little DB stands for Little Diva Bitch, which is exactly what I am.
Exactly. So you know what? I will take Grandpa over Little Diva Bitch anytime, homeboy.
Oh my God! You guys are killing me.
Anyway, I want to take all the time for your real fans to really want to talk to you. So I'm glad I'm lucky that I was the first one in queue, and I'm just gonna let your fans have you for now, brother. Because me and you, we'll just talk on the phone later.
You got it, big dog. Thanks for that, Rolo, for stopping by, homeboy. Talk to you soon.
All right, brother. Long and well, brother.
All right, sweetheart.
Right back at you, brother. Right back at you.
All right, bye, Cindy.
All right, bye-bye. All right, let's see who else we have here. We're going to have this person come on who's waited like a half an hour. Oh, my gosh, I feel so bad. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, Emilio.
Hey, what's happening, brother?
This is Screwdriver.
What's happening, Screwdriver? Everything cool?
Yeah, everything's good. Great interview. And I just wanted to relay one story. We were it's called Down at the Yard, and Emilio was getting ready to leave. And there was a young man with Down syndrome. And Emilio already had his bike ready to roll and everything, and he got off his bike and took the time to take a picture with his kid, and it made that kid's day.
Oh, my God.
See
what I mean?
I
remember that, though. I remember that. I was already gone. It was a long, hot day, and we had been there a while, and we were ready to go, and I remember he came, and you guys came over, and I remember I was like, I gotta get out, and I saw, and then I parked my bike again and took that picture. But you know what? And you know what? That kid really showed. Like, and see what I was saying? The eyes and the expressions they show. It lit him up. He got lit up, man. And that's what makes it all fucking. I love this, man. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful, man. You know, and like I say again, I'm just me. But like, you know what, Screwdriver, what you just brought up right now, bro, it flashed back my mind instantly when you brought it up, bro. I'll never forget that. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't forget.
That was a really great thing that you did. It made that kid's day. He'll probably remember that the rest of his life.
You know what, brother? Thank you so much, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. You know, man, it's wow. You know, I do things from the heart, brother. You know, and sometimes, you know, and sometimes I got to improve. And then you saying that right now, I remember we were doing the love ride, and there was I was on my deluxe, you know, and this kid came over and very severely handicapped, man, you know, and he came over and he could barely talk, but he was saying, I love your bike, you know, in the way he talked. And so I got me and about 8 other guys, and we lifted him up out of his chair, and because he's really severely, and we put him on my bike, bro, and the face on that kid's, the eyes in his mouth, and his happiness, you know, it broke my heart, bro. I mean, it broke my heart in a good way, though. You dig what I'm saying? But he never sat on a Harley with 8 hangers looking all tough, and he played it off, man. He played it, bro. He was that guy right now, right then, you know, and stuff like that makes me feel good, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of times when Emilio's got food in his hand or he's sitting down and he's trying to eat, he will actually stop eating and get up and take a picture with people.
Thank you, sweet. Thank you, sweet Evan. I appreciate that, man.
And I'll run into you tomorrow.
Okay, brother, for sure.
Okay, I don't want to take any more.
You going to Chicano Park tomorrow?
Absolutely, I'll see you there. Both of us.
See you there, brother.
Okay, man. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, dear.
All right. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye. All right, let us take our next caller here and see what they've got to say. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello? Hi.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
How you doing?
Emilio.
Yeah. I'm here, brother. Hi, can you hear me?
Hey, it's Big Mike.
Hi, hey, Big Mike?
Yeah, it's Big Mike from D.C.
How you doing, Mike? This is Big Mike Hall, man. This guy got my back everywhere I go, man. This guy takes care of me really good. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fine, my friend. Hey, I got actually 2 questions for you.
What's that,
Who you taking in tomorrow night? Who you taking in tomorrow night's fight?
Guerrero, bro.
Yeah.
Mayweather.
Okay.
Mayweather's a great fighter, bro. My thing is, bro, I don't like people that talk a lot, bro. If you're badass, you just do your thing and that's it. And he is a badass, bro, but he would be more badass if he would just keep quiet. You know what I mean? So I'm going Guerrero, you know?
Yes, sir. I'll go with you on that one, too, like we always do. Also, this left out, where can I get in touch with that to donate or anything like that?
You know what? If you can Facebook my wife takes care of all that for me. Me, bro, I'm just the face for this, bro. She takes care of everything for me, bro. So if you could Facebook my wife, bro, I would highly appreciate that, bro. And also, like I said, the website will be coming up on, if not this week, the following week. Right now, we're just taking some stuff to put on the store because there'll be a left out site on EmilioRivera.com. There'll be a page for that, bro. You know. Okay, no problem. Hey, are you coming in? You coming on the East Coast in September for the bike ride with 131? I think so. Right now we're working on that. Right now we're working on the details right now as we speak, bro. And so I might be there with 2020 Goals 131 apparel. Yes. Oh yeah. So let me know. Let me know about that. I'll do whatever I can to help you out. I definitely will tell you. You know, I always stay in contact with you, Mike. Oh yes, brother. You have a good one. I'll let you go to the other fans, sir. Thanks for dropping by, brother. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right, let's see who we got here next. Hi there. Hello? Hello? Hi.
Can you hear me?
Paul Basco.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Good, Emilio. We just want to call and say hello to you, homeboy.
How's everything going, brother?
Good. Things are going good, man. You're doing an excellent job, and I want everyone to know that you're awesome, brother. You represent our culture in such a great way, spiritually, physically, and entertainingly, and you're an awesome man, brother. And I'm really grateful to know you, man.
Thank you a lot, Paul. I appreciate that. Right back at you, brother. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, and I hopefully we can get together and work. Hopefully we'll do something together at some point.
That sounds good to me, bro. That sounds good to me. Got a lot of stuff cracking, man.
Yeah, I know, and we'll talk. We'll talk real soon about some of the things that we've been talking about lately. And Cindy's a great host, man. So you're in good hands.
Oh, goodness, thank you so much.
Cindy's a great host, brother. Cindy's a great host.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Especially her spiel at the end of the last of this conversation. That was That is, it was more like a minute and a half. So,
I'm sorry. I'll cut it short next time, okay?
No, you don't do that on my account. I like them long like that. That's okay.
No. Emilio is straight to the point. I wish my interview was as exciting as this because Emilio is straight
come on now.
to the point.
We did a good job on your interview. We did good on your interview, I think.
No, I don't want to hold up. Emilio has a lot of fans, so I'm gonna let them call in and give them all their blessings. But I love you, brother. Love you, and I'll talk to you soon.
I will talk to you soon, Paul. Thanks for calling in, brother.
All right. God bless you, bro.
All right, thanks, dear.
All right, see you.
Bye-bye. Okay, so the phone lines are actually quiet for a second, so I can go back to that question that you never answered me about. Let's go back and revisit that real quick. The one point of Ron Perlman's gangster of humanity. Remember you were going to let me know that?
Okay, well, he'll be like, okay, the way he said it is like, I'm the epitome of a gangster, but I'm the epitome of humanity. You get what I'm saying? I'm the gangster of humanity. Like that's how I took it. You know, when I saw him, I told him, and he goes, you know what I meant. He gave me another hug, and I go, I know what you meant, brother, and I loved it. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful.
Oh, I imagine so, definitely. Now, I'm just a very thankful guy. You see what happened? See, I should have been dead a long time ago, and God gave me, coming up 23 years after being sober, I've been living on borrowed time. You dig what I'm saying? So if God wants to take me tomorrow, you know what? So be it. You know, He gave me 23 years that I wasn't supposed to see. So you know what? I appreciate every fucking thing in life that comes my way. You know what I mean? Even if it's the smallest things. My son smiles, he laughs. When my son laughs, my heart cries in a good way, though. You dig what I'm saying? I hear you. I do.
And I really appreciate that stuff, man. You know, you got to.
Oh, you bet. And since, of course, I'm waiting for this next phone call to come in, I can't believe I actually get a little extra time with you. I got another question for you. As it relates to, now we have another call, so just hold that thought a second. And let's see what we got.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. I don't hear. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I can hear you.
It's Harley.
It's Harley.
Yeah.
Do you know each other?
Yes, a little bit.
We're friends. Yes, we do, actually. This is her first time, on the air, though.
Yes,
you know what?
It's the first time.
Well, Darlene is who runs my fan page. Darlene is a very good friend of mine. Everywhere I go, Darlene will be there with Mr. J. They give me a lot of love, man. And you know what? And what she does for me on my, she puts up stuff on my website, on my fan page that I don't even know where she gets that stuff. I'm stealing from her. You know what I mean? Harley is on, man. You know. You know what? This is the deal. Let me tell you something. Because I was talking about Darlene the other day. We were at a friend's house and we were smoking some cigars, and we were talking about Harley. And you know, Harley will go to some of our events. You know, she will travel like 14 hours to get somewhere. And what happens is, we'll be signing, and I look up and Darlene is at the end of the line. And it makes me mad because she shouldn't be there. You know what it is? That she doesn't expect nothing. And I'll look at her and I'll point her and I'll bring her to the front of the line. What the hell are you doing back there? You know what I'm saying? And I love that. No, that's a humble person. You know what I mean? Because she knows she can say, Emilio, I'm here. She could text me and she could text me and say, Emilio, I'm here. And then she would always come to the front of the line. But she'll wait and fucking at the end of the line. I look up and there she is. I said, and I'll send somebody to go get her. You know what I'm talking about? Do I do that, Hardy, or not?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yes,
he got on me because I told him that my husband and I were going to pay for a picture with him, and he says, "Ask me first. Ask me first. Don't do that."
Yeah. You know, it's like crazy. You know, so whenever I see Hardy and Mr. J, who are great people, I mean, they wait in line. I mean, it's bullshit. But then when I see, they could easily text me and say, "Here I am." But they don't. But I look around and I see them and I bring them to the front wherever we're at, man. Because that is bullshit. That's just you guys are my friends. I know, but that's what I like about you. Don't
special favors. We don't want special. We just want to let
love that about you. But you do so much for me, man. You know what I mean? You and Mr. J are.
Man. Yeah, really
I know you do. Yeah, you guys. Thank you so much, Hardy.
A good friend. Yeah.
Yes, and that's, you know what? That's what it is. We're great friends. You know what I'm saying? We're great. You know,
right.
She, and the support she gives us is forgettable. I mean, they fly to California and watch us play softball. You know what I'm talking about? So whatever we do for Harley, we will do for Harley. You know. And actually, Harley, we're going to have a celebrity softball game coming up pretty soon. And I was saying earlier, on June 23rd, we're having a big basketball game, celebrity basketball game for the Department of Children's Services at the Staples Center. And I got your favorite guy, Kenny Johnson, playing. If you have not seen him play basketball, that guy is a beast, man.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I don't know if we can make that one. Are you all still going to have the one in December?
I think we're doing that, of course. We'll go to the baseball one, softball one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be doing that one as well. We'll be doing that. And then again, I'll be back in, I think I'm going back to Baltimore in September as well. So there's a lot of stuff cracking right now. So I'll keep you posted for sure. Well, of course,
notice I don't get an invite, people. I didn't get an invite here, but okay.
Cindy, you're coming. I'm taking you to lunch next week.
You're like, you don't have to have an invite. You just come.
Yeah, exactly. When you come down, it's going to be wherever you want to go, we go. You dig?
That's cool. That's very, very cool.
Harley.
Go ahead.
What's the question?
I have a question.
What's that?
I always wanted to know this. When a character dies, an actor's playing a character and the character dies, how do you keep the eyes open and without moving them?
Good question.
You know why? Because I do that. You see me die a lot of times, Harley.
Yeah.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot of focus. A lot of when I do a scene like that, especially next year. Next year was tough because my eyes open like for 2.5 minutes. You know what I mean? And what I did, I just relaxed my eyes, and it's easier to die. It looks more creepy with your eyes open anyway because when I close them, my eyes seem to flutter a little bit. So I will always die with my eyes open. You know what I'm saying? So it's just easier for me. It's just easier for me. And if it starts to clear, well, shit, you didn't want to die. You know what I mean? So there you go. It's just you guys just stay focused. You know. And editing always helps out too. You know.
Oh, okay. Well, you are a great actor, a great friend. Cindy, you're doing a fabulous job.
Really?
I love that. You are doing a fabulous job.
Oh,
and I
my
love what
God.
you said about Emilio. That was awesome. And
I know, right? And it's no bullshit.
It's in my eye, too.
Right?
And you know what?
Let me just tell everybody.
Is I have a bad mouth, and I know Hardy's kind of clean, clean mouth. And but when she's around me, she's like, I have a dirty mouth, Hardy. You know what I'm saying? And I did pretty good for this radio show. I didn't do too bad.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
He did. Hardy, I told him he could say F all he wanted to, and he's actually really behaved. No, he was, he's close to him Dayton.
Times,
Yeah, Dayton did worse. Oh my God! Yeah. How?
What's that?
I'm gonna call him tonight. I'm gonna give him his ass about that.
Seriously, ask Dayton if he swore on my show. He'll tell you repeatedly.
What the fuck were you thinking, Dayton?
Cindy said he could. Cindy says, do what you want to do on the show. It's okay by me. It's one of those things. And Harley, just as a side note, 2 quick things before I let you go. First of all, when I wrote that, I cried too. Because it was very moving, and it was all very true and very real. So that's the first thing. And second of all, just to announce to everybody who's listening, Harley and I are in talks, I should say, if we can maneuver our schedule, to which case Miss Harley will come on to Sam Crow Radio to co-host at some point in time, which I'm very excited, and I have every faith in her that she will do tremendously well.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
We'll see. I'll be listening in.
We'll see. I've never done anything like that, but I'm pretty good at talking.
And look at it.
You're gonna be fine, Hardy. You're gonna be fine.
Well, of course. And look at this. I mean, if you go back 2 years ago, I was a writer. I had not done one lick of television. Here I am 2 years later talking to Emilio Rivera on the radio.
That's right.
So there you go. So what does that tell you? And I'm just a simple girl.
That's
you
me.
Could say that.
Simple.
Yes.
Well,
there you go.
If you want it, you work for it, you're going to get it. You did?
Yeah, right.
That's right. That's right.
We all agree. That's
for
right.
you'll have it.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah, man.
For you have it.
That's right.
Okay, well, great. Nice talk to you, Emilio.
Harley, thank you for dropping by, all right? Thank you for everything you do for me.
Sure, and appreciate your hands-on with the fan page and all you do and all that you give to the fan page. I definitely appreciate it. The fans appreciate it.
Of course. I mean, I go on there every other day, hardly, and I get on there. You see, I start liking her stuff and respond to some of the people, so it's really cool, man.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
You betcha.
All
right,
Cindy,
sweetheart.
It's in there. Let me say this one thing.
Tell Mrs. Day, say hello.
I will. I sure will. In Baltimore, we were at the motorcycle show, and Emilio sat there, and I mean, he signed about 30 pictures for the fans, and I thought that was awesome that he just took the time out to sign all those. Appreciate you, Emilio. Appreciate you, Cindy.
I appreciate our friends
you,
too hard. I appreciate everybody. You know that.
Yeah, that's right. Love you guys. Talk to you later.
Love
you too, Hardy. Talk to
All
you
right.
later.
Bye.
All right, sweetheart. Bye-bye. Okay, so now we have a moment of silence here. So I'm going to do this, and hopefully you don't mind. I thought you might appreciate this, and I know that your fans would appreciate hearing this. I spoke to your wife as it relates to her husband, Emilio Rivera. I thought that you, and along with your fans, should hear what your wife has to say about you. Is that okay?
Yeah. Shit. I don't know. Yeah, of course.
Just listen.
Yeah.
This is from
Don't
your
make me
wife.
fucking cry. All right, I already cried one time.
Okay, all right, just hang on, all right? It's not going to take that long, all right? This is what she said.
Okay.
She said, if I can say anything about my husband, it's that behind all that hard-looking exterior, Emilio is one of the most kind-hearted and loving human beings that I know. An amazing dad and my best friend, a man's man, loyal to the end. Emilio is one of the most talented actors out in Hollywood, the type that makes the craft of acting look easy. I admire and look up to him. He is also a great humanitarian that helps save animals, even if he pays for their adoption fee for someone to adopt them. He buys prom dresses for students that can't afford them. And you'll see us in any children's charity without sometimes caring if he's tired or hungry. He will always put that smile on, take a picture, or sign that autograph. To sum it up, my husband is truly one of a kind, and I will be by his side as long as the Lord allows me. Were you expecting that? I guess not. I thought that it would be important that the people listening in get not only my opinion, but the person who is privileged to live with you and to love you, and so that you know this, that this is the kind of man that I've had the pleasure and the privilege to know.
That's really nice. That's really nice.
Well, it's all very true. But again, I think it's also important that fans hear that because, of course, most of the time when we look at you, all we see is Marcus Alvarez, or we see a man that's, represented on screen. You don't get to that person, that one real person. And now, hopefully, in this course of these two interviews, we've been able to capture who you are as a person, as an actor, as a humanitarian, all the assets of your life, and, of course, obviously touching upon your children and your wife as well. Basically, we're just about out of time, my dear, and it saddens me to actually say that because I love
this interview. It was a great interview.
Thank you.
This when you come back when you come another day, we'll grab lunch and we'll talk about another day. We could do this again, okay?
I would definitely like that.
It was
yeah.
nice. It was really nice. Yeah, it was really nice, man.
And would you please do your very best to say hello to your wife for me and tell her how much I appreciate her participation in this, and I look forward to meeting her. I look forward to meeting you. Please send me all the details about all your upcoming appearances because I'd like to post them on my personal page and on the Sam Crow Radio page so that this way your fans can get a chance to find you or see you or participate in anything that you do. And I appreciate you taking all this time to spend with us. I really do.
Thank you so much, and I had a great time, and thank you for your kind words, and
sure.
Thank you for your great questions, man. You never know what they're going to ask, and I'm just here to answer. And you asked some great questions, man. I really enjoyed this. I do a lot of interviews, and this is I got to say my favorite one, man. I really was. I really dig it. It was nice.
Oh my goodness gracious! Look at that. Now the actual guest brought a tear to my eye. Look at that. Oh my God! Now you got to go away. I'm going to start crying. I got to finish up business. So get the hell off the phone. Go home to your wife, and I will see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you all for dropping by, for listening in. I love you all, man. You come up, you see me anywhere, you come to say hello, and let's do this, all right? I will talk to you soon, Cindy. You take care. All right.
All right, you too, sweetie. Bye-bye. Okay, folks, can you believe it? Was that like freaking amazing or what? Emilio Rivera and I, and you, of course, for the last hour and a half. This was, I can't even, it's so indescribable. I first and foremost want to say I hope that I have done him justice, because when I read that 30-second impression of who he is, I must tell you that each and every one of those words is 100% correct. And it's everything that I think and I feel on the basis of his coworkers and people that know him. So he is a number one stand-up guy. The fact that I'm getting to meet him in person is just an immeasurable experience that I'm certain that I will carry with me for life. It's not every day that you find a man who's truly not only sublime as it relates to his acting ability, but moreover just has a heart of gold, and I cannot impress upon that enough. Before I wrap up the show, a couple bits of business here. Again, I want to remind everybody on Facebook, he can be found, you can't friend him because he's at the 5,000 mark, Emilio Rivera fan page. He's also at Twitter, which is Emilio Rivera 48. Let me double check on that one more time. He also, of course, has an IMDb profile. I would check him out on YouTube. Obviously, you can go to Redbox, or you can go to Blockbuster to check out any one of the thousands of productions that he's been in. Clearly, we all know that Sons of Anarchy is not starting until September. As you heard me preface to him, he will go ahead and give me a running list of things that are going on media-wise and otherwise. So if you want to meet him in person or get a chance to check out his work, I'll be posting all of that on Sam Crow Radio. I will probably be speaking to him again about potentially coming back to doing a whole nother just question and answer session where we could just have a night where you all could just call in, talk to him, give him your thoughts, etc. So I would definitely appreciate that. As far as next week's show, I have no new news yet as to who is going to be on. I think I know who it's going to be, but I'm going to leave that to myself for now. So just make sure you watch the Sam Crow Radio page. Want to remind everybody to pass the word along. blogtalkradio.com/Sam, S-A-M, Crow, C-R-O, radio. That's all one word. You can follow us on Twitter with the same handle, which is at Sam Crow Radio. You can also go ahead and find us on Facebook, which is, of course, same name, Sam Crow Radio. Go ahead and like us. Please pass the word along to everyone. I will be posting on my personal page, as I said, my pledge to Emilio, which is for the entire weekend. Sins Chat Corner Money for Moms that I've been sending out to everyone. Every bit of every merchandise, everything that I have for sale, automatic 40% we're going to kick back to Emilio's left out charity. So please be cognizant of that this weekend. I'll be posting that up in the morning so all of you can participate. Last item of business that we have on here is, we always say the best of last, I should say, on my show. Very dear friend of mine, very talented local musician that some of you don't know about, but hopefully you will appreciate this. I'm going to take the last 5 minutes of the show to talk about this. Jeffrey, my dear friend Jeffrey. He's a Milwaukee musician who actually is dating another friend of mine who's a Milwaukee musician. They have submitted to me a song. For some time now, I've wanted to get a theme song for Sam Crow Radio, and Sam Crow and I have been talking about it, and briefly, and I thought to myself, you know what, it would be nice to have an introductory song at the beginning or at the end, in which case could stand for Sam Crow Radio. And I do think that Jeffrey has a good handle and a good summation for he's just incredible. And I think he's put together a song that speaks to the crowd that listens to this, and it speaks to Sam Crow Radio. So I'm going to play it for you guys, and then when you get finished, I would appreciate it if you would either message me or send me a note or put it up on Facebook on the Sam Crow Radio page or here. Just let me know what you think, because I'd like to make a decision in the next couple of weeks as far as to what our actual theme is going to be. So let me play it for you, and we'll see what you think.
And a buzzing in my brain. My pen is
Wow. I guess Jeff's trying to say something at the world. Look, even when I have that Jeff in there, folks, sorry about that. Okay, thanks so much for that. There's a little technical difficulty. So I guess apparently you get the point there. Obviously, Jeffrey's trying to set the world on fire. Ha, 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 funny, funny. In all seriousness, I must say that I really, really enjoy and appreciate this song. Jeff has submitted another song to me for another project, and I think he's just absolutely amazing. What I'm going to do is, like I said, I'll leave it open to public opinion. Let me know what you think of the song. I will be tomorrow morning posting up information about Jeffrey, how to get a hold of him, give him comments or suggestions if you'd like. This way I, of course, will give him credit because really I can't say more than like this is all on him. But, you know, personally speaking, I think he's top-notch as it relates to Milwaukee musicians. So like I said, please keep me informed as far as what you think of it, and we'll kind of go from there as relates to that because I'd like to get something solidified and picked up. So all of you folks, you have yourself a wonderful evening. I have a date with a very dear musician friend of mine who is all waiting on me, so I think my job is done. Thanks so much again to Emilio Rivera. Thanks so much to Emilio. Thank you for Harley coming on the line, and thank you so much, Harley, for running the Emilio Rivera fan page. I want to say thanks so much to Sam Crow, just because he's Sam Crow. He's my brother, my friend, my partner, and I couldn't ask for a better person to work with. Thank you to the fans. Thank you to the people that support us. Thank you to thanks to the Crow Readers Club. I mean, most of you are some of our biggest fan base, and I just want you to know, in case I'm ever remiss in saying this, there isn't a day that goes by, even though you message and I don't answer back out necessarily right away, or if you've given me a suggestion I haven't quite addressed yet, know that I haven't forgotten about it. It's just been kind of crazy, you know, with my son. And, of course, last thing I want to mention, please, to most of you that already know this, I would greatly appreciate it if you continue to keep my son, my little 8-year-old little boy, in your prayers. Please keep him in your prayers and your thoughts and good wishes, and just pray like hell that he's going to be okay. That's what I do every day. So, again, thanks so much to everybody for taking the time to listen. Have a great weekend, and join us next week, please.
What you doing? Ran out of space on my phone, so I'm deleting some stuff. By singing dog. By goal. I pronounce you. Bye, wedding ceremony.
Stop. At Metro PCS, you get 2 free phones with twice as much memory.
Really? Don't say bye to your memories. Switch to Metro PCS and get 2 free LG K20 Plus phones with 32 gigs when you switch 2 lines. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
What you doing?
Ran out of space on my phone, so I'm deleting some stuff. By singing dog. By goal. I pronounce you. Bye, wedding ceremony.
Stop. At Metro PCS, you get 2 free phones with twice as much memory.
Really? Don't say bye to your memories. Switch to Metro PCS and get 2 free LG K20 Plus phones with 32 gigs when you switch 2 lines. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.